Cramer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, General, for your service and for your willingness to step back into the gap. And while I agree that the dismissal of your predecessor was unfortunate, it's behind us, and I cannot think of a better person to replace General Brown than you. And frankly, the unconventionalness of you as the president's pick is in and of itself brilliant, in my view. But when you look at your actual history and your actual service and the diversity of it, I just can't imagine a better choice. So congratulations on that, and I look forward to supporting you strongly. In your opening statement, you said some things that we hear a lot from people that come before the committee. In your response to Chairman Wicker's legislation dealing with the acquisition reform stuff, very welcoming. But everyone says that. Everyone says that. And yet I find it, and this is why, frankly, you being unconventional is encouraging to me, because they all mean it, by the way, when they say it. I believe that at the moment they mean it. They mean it until the particular service that they served in or the particular agency within the service they served in it was disrupted by the very thing they say they support. And we're dealing with a situation right now, perhaps the most disruptive innovator taking over, becoming the first director of the most disruptive, innovative agency, the Space Development Agency, has been on leave for 3 months during a witch hunt that's began on the last day of the last administration, and everybody that says they're an innovator is an innovator, except in this case, maybe we should, check further into it. All the while, satellites don't go up. All the while, China goes at the speed of China. So I believe there's a cultural problem as well as we have some work to do as Congress. Policymakers have work to do. The administration has work to do. But we have a culture challenge as well, General. I'd like you to elaborate a little bit on how we can really make the difference that you say you want to make, and I believe you do want to make, so that we aren't just consolidating all of our industry into a couple of giants, whether it be land, air, space, sea.
Well, Senator, you're hitting on an area that is a point of passion for me. We have to stop admiring the problem and we have to start executing. And I do think your point about culture is where it all starts. I think we have to take an ownership and an entrepreneurial mindset to all of these reforms that are in front of us. And we can't do this alone. We have to do it with you here in the Congress in order to actually make these changes. I'm encouraged by the leaders who are coming into the department who have deep substantive business background that are not known as people who admire problems. And so if confirmed, I look forward to working with the various leaders in order to actually move the ball and, of course, working with the Congress to execute these things without continuing to admire these challenges in front of us.
Well, I appreciate your reference to the new style of leaders coming in, the entrepreneurs and whatnot. And I have the same optimism as a result of it, but I am getting anxious about actually seeing it happen. So maybe you're the leader that can make that a reality for us now. We get to talk to the combatant commanders. You'll get to talk to them a lot. One of the things we hear over and over from commanders, of course, is that intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, ISR is in great need and low supply these days. And the Air Force specifically has been on a mission to eliminate ISR as one of their key missions. It's disappeared even as a term in several of their documents in recent years. And it's not just their fault. I mean, we have, as we've all been talking about, we have a resource challenge in our Defense Department, and we're trying to work on that. I just think we all have to do a lot more, for sure. I want to recognize that. But I also worry that there's this divide between what the commanders say they need in the field and frankly, what we're seeing and where we're investing. And I would just love your remaining seconds with me to expound a little bit on ISR and where you see it, landing as a mission set. And maybe everybody has their own form, but I don't think that's very practical.
Well, Senator, I just in my remaining 5 seconds, ISR and the ability to have indications and warnings to make decisions for commanders who hold risk is a key and essential part of our overall ability to execute the missions that we must do.
And I think that Air Force should keep it as a mission. I get that other services will have some form of it, but anyway, thank you. I look forward to supporting you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.